So,
Yeah.
I mean, Gary, we're way overdue for the Cascadia subduction zone, which is supposed to bring a 9-point earthquake. Mount Baker is way overdue to erupt. Glacier Peak's overdue to erupt. It's almost like we're at the calm before a whole lot of natural disaster storms.
Well, how about Yellowstone?
Yeah.
Yeah, the Yellowstone caldera is, they say it's like on the brink. If that were to happen,
that would be
you
global.
would actually, well, yeah, it would be global, and it would probably destroy, people, oh, that's so bad about the people living. No, that's not going to be a localized event.
No.
That's probably going to push the entire population of Canada, the upper tier of states, the United States, down to probably push everything to survive. We would probably end up having to more or less populate the southern part of California, along the desert, what's now called the desert. Now you think of the population moving into an area where water is a shortage, arable land is in a shortage. Mm-hmm. You're going to try and take an already tenuous at best ecology and add millions survive that.
Well, wouldn't California go? Wouldn't California
like moving
go to
into the Sahara Desert?
Wouldn't California go?
We'd all have to move to Mexico.
Yeah, wouldn't that be funny?
Well, we better not put the wall up then, because I'm thinking too, California is ready for a major quake. So if Yellowstone goes, isn't that going to cause some major quakes, in this whole area? I'm talking Washington, Oregon, California, all this stuff to have the major faults to probably set them off.
I've thought about that. I wonder if the New Madrid fault is here in my part of the country is due for it's overdue for a major pop. So, yeah, it could have a ripple effect. Geology is not my strong suit, but I can see where that could very well happen. That everybody, all the faults and subduction zones would want to join the party due to sympathetic vibration.
But
where's Joe when we need him?
Well, one quick question: if Yellowstone went, wouldn't that be basically a Earth-ending event? Because with all it would happen. You're talking about crops aren't going to grow. We're going to drop in temperature. We're going to be in nighttime for a long period of time. I think, a lot of things, our grid system will probably go down. We're looking at a major extinct level in this country.
Oh, yeah, it would actually, I would think that the whole northern hemisphere, by the time the ash and by the time the ash settles and everything, and this has happened before. There's a place, I believe it's in Nebraska. It's called Ashfall, Nebraska. It's a humongous fossil bed. These creatures died. So could they? You had predator species, you had prey species. Excuse me. All these things were huddled together, and they, basically they all died at the same time in mass. Not just like, it wasn't a trickle. These things died. It looked like the fossil version of Pompeii.
Mm-hmm. And that may very well have been, the last Wyoming.
Well, Texas, Joe Taylor was on my show. He's one of these people who put, the prehistoric animal bones back together for museums and stuff like that. He was saying he was going out in Texas and going in areas and finding, raptor bones, all kinds of bones in groups. So whatever happened, it happened really fast.
Yes. There is an amazing spot in Texas called the Dinosaur Park, and it is in kind of the northeast Texas area, south of Dallas-Fort Worth. It is absolutely amazing. There's still raptor and like stegosaurus in the clay bank. It's amazing.
And Megan.
Yes.
What's your first question? Oh, wait.
I already asked my question.
You already asked yours. God,
yeah.
Okay.
Eric is on the ball tonight.
I am. Cole, what's your next question?
Well, I was wondering how do I word this? So, in astral,
Okay.
do you encounter? So we all know. Okay, are we all living in agreement that animals, plants, everything has energy?
Right.
Yes.
Do you see that in astral? Like, can you see a tree's energy, a squirrel's energy? Like, I'm
I've never. Because I don't think I've noticed. Well, no, actually, I did deal with a tree that had objects, like weird objects, buried around the trunk of it. I investigated the tree, but the tree itself was not haunted. It was the land.
So the energy of the tree oftentimes is called a dryad. The dryad it's part of the Fey realm, and they are essentially the souls of the tree, or the spirit of the tree. With logging, if the tree gets cut down, that dryad can move to another tree. It's not like they're not stuck to one tree. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
As far as the spirits of plants, those are what you call fairies. Every plant type has fairies that take care of it. They're not necessarily souls per se, but they would be what you call the energy of the plants.
Okay, so what about squirrels and ducks and...
I've astrally checked on my chickens. You know, like my chickens are making a ruckus in the middle of the night, so I will actually like already be in bed, don't want to like put my shoes on, find the flashlight, grab 6 jackets, truck through snow. So it's easier to just astral. I see my chickens astrally. Clients, cats, and dogs will follow us around. And I just had a case recently where I actually got to pet a cat in astral.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
And what was your perception of your chickens from astral? Could you see a spirit? Could you see a soul?
I saw their energy form.
Okay.
I actually knew that one was getting sick because she was 9.5 years old, and I saw that she was a dimmer energy than the rest of the hens.
Right. Now, I think animals, no, not all dogs go to heaven.
Oh,
but,
come on.
I knew that's where you're going with that.
No, I know.
So they don't have souls like humans think of, you know, you have to have a soul to go to heaven kind of thing, or you go down to hell, whatever. It is an energy. It's not necessarily a soul. With the plants, with the animals, humans have the soul.
But
it's
do
a
they?
different kind of an energy form, though.
Do humans really have a soul?
They do.
But how do you know that?
Well,
I'm going to sum this up like I did on my show this week when I got into started getting on religion when he was supposed to be talking about being abducted. I look at this way.
Religion's coming up in April.
Yeah, okay. I look at maybe at one point this planet was mined by aliens for our minerals, okay, man has always had to believe in something. Otherwise, he would have nothing to live for other than sex.
Right.
Okay, so there was a fire god. There was a god of this. There was a god of this. Wouldn't they look at aliens coming down or a species of alien coming down that maybe they thought they were God? People have always had to believe in something. If you took that away from them, okay, well, then you're not going to have no control of people because they're not going to have the morals. If you take a religion away, because people think that when they die, they're going to go to heaven or the other place. But, again, I'm not an atheist. I grew up with, my grandmother was Mennonite. My father was Catholic. My mom was Protestant. I grew up in a religious family. But I don't believe humans have a soul. They have morals, but I don't think they have a soul. But people have to believe in something. If you take that away from them, then you really don't have anything to live for.
But here's my thing. So, soul, energy, force, very similar. The reason I argue about the energy force is because with reincarnation. So I've talked to spirits before, and the way it's been explained to me by spirits is you have the option when you die, you can stay, like the spirit I talked to in Germany. He went and played in the bakery. He went and haunted the bakery. That's what he did. He had fun. Now, he had the option of going and getting back in line, essentially, and being born to the next baby that was being born. And they live another life.
But
and that is what humans call reincarnation.
Yes, but you look at the population, and you look at how the population originally started. The population, I can't see where are these souls going to be? Are they going to be like on a shelf for thousands of years? Because I can't. It doesn't make logical sense to me. I'm sorry. I'm asking a logical question.
Oh, I agree. See, I just don't believe in a heaven or a hell. I believe in reincarnation. That's my perception.
So, Gary?
Yes.
Yeah, I've got a little bit of input on that. I've been seeing different people with similar soul signatures. And I had a very in-depth conversation with a medium and one of my guides, and I discovered what is called soul fracturing. And basically, you have an oversoul, which would be the oldest soul. And so it's not the same soul coming back. It's a fracture of that soul coming back because you need to learn a lesson. So there could be 100 soul forms of you, but you belong to an oversoul, which would be technically your oldest soul.
And that can cause a lot of problems.
It can, especially if you realize someone in this life that has the same soul signature. Now, that's different than a soul mate. If I believe I found my soul mate, I'm not marrying a piece of my soul. So
no, a soul mate is simply someone that you've known or been with in a former life.
Yes. So the soul fractures have independent lessons or contracts that they sign up for to come back. So if someone dies in childhood, or if someone commits suicide, or someone goes through their life and it's just tumultuous and negative, then those people will come back having to learn positivity or, how to get over things or possibly situations to avoid.
I don't know.
So I think it is a repetitive cycle. Is there proof? No.
Well, I got to say this. I've probably had, since 1976, at least 800 mediums on my shows. out of